Let's gavel. Hey, 1Ls, how you doing? Welcome to law school. This one's for you. Law school is 3 years. 1L is year 1, 2L is year 2, 3L is, you guessed it, year 3.
Right, it seems self-explanatory, but honestly didn't know that or didn't know I would be called by those titles until I entered law school.
Yeah, day 1, they
So,
were like, "You're a 1L." I'm like,
well,
"Okay,
okay, yeah, I was like,
cool."
I guess it's all about learning the law, like, literally learning the law, learning who you are as, like, a little baby law student, soon to be
Mhm.
lawyer.
The biggest thing you're learning is how to IRAC.
Right.
Issue, fact, rule, analysis, conclusion. First 3 months, everyone's like, "IRAC, IRAC," and you're like, "I think I know what that is, but I don't even know."
Right. Literally, IRACing is a way to organize, like, a summary, like, it's a way to summarize something, right? Is that the most basic way you can explain that? Like, a way
Yeah,
to
I it is.
organize.
It's literally a way to summarize a case, but the reason it's important is that translates into your framework when you are practicing as a lawyer. A person comes in with a set of facts. You need to be able to pinpoint the legal issues, find the applicable law, and then analyze the person's case based on that law, and then come up with a conclusion, which ends up being your advice. So it
Yeah.
translates. It's just you don't realize that when you're, you know, a 1L.
No, you don't know, like, why you're learning something. It's like when you learn math for the first time, and everyone's like, "I'm never gonna use this, like, why am I learning this?" And obviously, well, surprise, surprise, but you actually do math in law as well. Like, I do math all the time actually in community
Right.
property, like, when I'm doing stuff for cases. Um, so yeah, I think too, you use IRAC when you're, like, speaking to judges, like, you kinda
Mhm.
break down the law in that way. You're like, "This is why I'm here, this is the issue, like, these are the facts that go with that, this is how why this is how I'm analyzing this, and this is why I think you should conclude and rule in my
Yeah.
favor," right? So
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, but again, like, when you're starting out, it's just, like, what?" "Say what now?" "Reel it back."
Right. So
But we
what
get
now? I'm a 1L? I'm a
it.
1L?
Yeah.
Yeah.
"I'm a 1L? Wait."
Yeah, it's cute, it's fun. It's like the
Yeah.
newbies, on campus, like, everyone can spot you because you look lost. You look like you
Yeah.
can't figure out you don't know what's going on. You look like a deer in headlights, and that's okay, like, we've
That's
all
okay.
been there, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's, like, really giddy. I felt really giddy really quick. Our 1L got interrupted by COVID, so we, like, towards the end of our first year, not our first semester, it was, like, the first year, the last month or something, we,
Yeah.
like, went remote, but the whole time leading up to that, I feel like I was so giddy the whole time, like, yeah, it was hard, but it was, like, new people, new experiences? Did you feel that way
Yeah, you're
too?
you're kinda just like, "Ee," the whole time. It's a pinch me moment, no? Like, the whole year, you're kinda just like, "Oh my gosh." It's
Oh
so
my
many
gosh, yes.
emotions. Yeah,
Yeah.
different ways of, "Oh my gosh," you're feeling, and yeah, it's crazy. I feel like it's important
What
for
was
people to
an "oh
know.
my gosh" moment for you?
Let me think, like, maybe, "Oh my gosh, I'm drinking so much coffee now."
Oh,
Like, I'm drinking
that's so
so
funny.
much coffee, like, I've never had
Please
so
tell
much
your
coffee
coffee
in my life.
story.
Like,
Please tell your coffee
I've
story.
never had so much coffee, like, literally through undergrad, I did not drink coffee, like, and not even that I was, like, a, "I'm not drinking coffee" type of girl, but I was just, like, I don't know, I wasn't really wanting coffee. But, like, first year of law school, everybody was drinking coffee, like, that was the it thing to be
It
drinking.
was
It was
the
hot.
hot new thing.
It was a hot new thing, and, like, not iced coffee. Everyone was drinking, like, at least in my mod, everyone was drinking hot coffee. It's, like, steaming, and everyone's like,
Oh,
it's, like, black hot coffee. Like, I was drinking, like, not even a little cute coffee thermoses, like, imagine a big, like, basically a 40-ounce coffee. And
that is
I would just
so funny.
it is crazy. If you ask, like, my friends, like, my closest friend too from law school first year, like, she knows, like, I carried around that big thing of coffee, like, all day,
But
and it was hot, and
why? Just,
I mean,
like, to fit in or what?
just felt like a rite of passage, like, you have your
Fair.
books, you're in law
Mhm.
school, and you have your cup of coffee, like, where's your cup? Like,
Fair.
everybody had a cup of coffee, so I had a cup too,
Okay,
and
that's so fair.
I just
Also,
had
I'm
to
sure you, like, really needed it, let's be honest.
I think I was losing weight and I didn't realize, and
Mm.
my friend was like, "Bailey, you're" she was like, "You're" it's embarrassing, and I even though I don't it's, like, embarrassing, but she was like, "Your legs look like they're as skinny as arms, pretty much." My mom told me after, like, "Bailey, like, I don't wanna ever see you like
Drink
that
another
again."
cup of coffee.
No,
Bailey, you're banned.
I'm banned, like, is it the coffee? Because like, when you drink coffee, you're not hungry.
You like, if you're doing crazy things when you start out, don't worry, it's normal.
Right? So normal. So
So, should we talk about
yes.
mods really quick? Because I feel
Yeah,
like
let's talk
everything
about
else
it.
we're gonna say, we need to know about mods.
When you start out law school, your first year, you are split into what our school referred to as mods.
Right. And that's like a group of, I don't know, what is it, like 50 people for us,
50,
right?
60, something like that? Yeah.
I don't know if we had like a big class, a small class, but for us, it was like 50 people per mod. And you take almost all your classes with the same group of 50 people in your first year. And then in your second and third, it's all mixed. So it's different.
Mhm.
First year, I don't know, they like want you with the same people. It's easier to
Yeah, I feel
learn.
like it's
I don't really
easier.
know.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I feel like maybe it's easier because we're taking so many classes the first year too. It's just like keep the classes together instead of,
Yeah, keep it small.
having to like swap.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, when we refer to mods, it's like, your group of people that you're in class with.
So, obviously, the first time you meet your mod and the first time you get acquainted with your mod is or your group of people or even, like, the 1Ls in general, I feel like,
Mhm.
is the first day of law school.
Wow.
How did you feel on the first day of law school?
Ooh, I was so excited. I was, like, giddy. I was buzzing. It was definitely a pinch me. I do remember, like,
Mhm.
walking over to my class and being like, "Oh my god, what? Law school? I'm in law school? This is crazy," like that. And then I was so excited to see all the people, like, who are the
Yeah.
cute guys, who are the girls that I'm gonna be all friends with and stuff. Like, I was just so excited. It felt, like first day of high school.
Yeah, I felt all the feelings too. I felt like this is so it's not strange because 'cause I've been in school all my life, so this is just like this
Mhm.
is legit, like, people are adults here, people are
Right.
grown and mature.
We're
Yeah,
grown.
I was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, we're grown." So we're studying, but we're grown. So I was channeling my inner girl that's in the movie when they're in school, obviously Legally Blonde, but
Mhm.
any girl that's, like, in those huge, like, lecture rooms. I'm obviously here in a professional world, like, I'm obviously like, I had to, like, in my mind be like, "Yeah, I did complete elementary, middle, high school, college, and now I'm here." Like,
You're, like,
I
counting
like,
it,
I did
like,
all the
1, 2,
steps,
3,
yeah.
4 yeah.
I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I did that. So I guess I'm here now, you know?
Mm,
And I
oh my
think that's how I
goodness.
felt. It was kind of a crazy feeling. It is honestly surreal.
What'd
Yeah.
you wear your first year or your first day?
My first day, okay, so I went straight through from college to law school.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
in like the little skinny jean phase.
Mhm.
And really, I felt like, my jeans really couldn't be tight enough. Did
Mhm.
you ever have that phase where you were just like, the
Yeah,
tighter the
cigarette
jean, the better?
jeans. Yeah, yeah, those
Yes.
jeans.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I had
So
that
cute.
phase.
You know? I
Yeah.
prefer obviously a low rise, bigger jean
So
now,
comfy.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
I was in a high-rise skinny jean. First day of law school.
Classic.
Yeah,
Classic.
classic. And I had on these, like, black, like, tennis shoes, and a black shirt. I mean, I went with an all black look.
Yeah.
I think it felt like black feels professional to me. It's, like, less it's less to look at, so that's what I
Mm.
wore. What did you
I wore
wear? Nothing,
black
like,
too,
too
yeah.
exciting.
No, I wore black too, but I wore a black dress, like a midi dress with sneakers
Mm.
because dress and sneakers is, like, always a vibe to this
That's
day.
cute. That's still a vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
still a
still a vibe.
vibe. I came to slay my first day, and I probably did. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, right. You came
I'm
to
so
slay. You
obnoxious.
came
Yeah,
to right, you're like, "Look at me
yeah.
in my dress. I'm
Look at
also
me,
in
where
law
are all the
school."
cuties? Yeah, now I'm a
Right?
lawyer.
Right. Wait, where'd you
Yeah.
sit when you got in the class? I feel like that energy feels like you sat in the front.
It's so funny. Okay, so never the front row. I can't do the front row,
Okay.
it's too scary.
Wait,
So
we didn't
for
even explain, like, the classroom setting. Okay, it's a lecture hall. I
Mhm.
don't like, some of my classes in college were lecture halls, and then, of course, like, throughout law school, like, you'll be in smaller classes, and then those classrooms will be more of a classroom setting,
Yeah.
typical.
On the 20, like, the big ones, I was, like, 5th. I was, like, eyesight. You know how it goes up like that? It was, like,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
level.
okay,
So
eyesight.
that's, like, 5,
Okay,
6, 7 rows in, but the 4 to
okay.
5 rows, I was, like, 2 usually. Where
I
did
was
you
always in
sit?
the back.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was always, like,
Mhm.
closer to the back, except for this one class, which
What class?
everyone was wrong for that, but I feel like in the back you can see better. I like to, like, when people are raising their hand or, like, talking, I like to see who's talking, what's happening, because when you're in the front and everyone's behind you, you don't know who's
No, you
speaking.
turned. You turn around and
Oh,
look,
that's
no?
so
It's too
no, that's like I
extra?
don't wanna do all that turning around my neck and everything.
Oh, that's so funny
Every
'cause
time?
I don't like the back because people are talking and I'm like, "Which one of you is speaking right now?"
Oh, really? You can't tell? That's
Sometimes I
so
get
funny.
it.
I feel like I
And
can
then
always tell, like
also when you talk, everyone, like, whips their head around and you're like, "Whoa," like, there's, like, a million eyes looking at me.
no, oh, see, again, that wasn't us, like, everyone just faces forward.
In torts, I was sitting, like, back row,
Mhm.
and remember that case? It was, like, one of the first cases we read, and in the case, it was, like, Samuelson or Smithson or something with an S, whatever,
Yes, 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 yes. Mhm.
and I read this case night before, getting ready to get cold called, and I got cold called
Classic.
for the case, yeah, and so I'm like, "Alright, so, um, this case is about a barge," and I say, "I don't really know what a barge is, but" and before I could say another word, everyone whips their head around and goes, "It's a boat. It's a boat."
Right, you're like, "Yeah, it's just a barge, I'll go with the
It's
barge
just
for
a
now, I don't
barge, like,
know."
I didn't think
Yeah,
to look it up before. If you're like me, it's a
right.
boat, you guys.
Backing up for all of our new 1L first-year law students, cold calling is what's also known as the Socratic method, but basically, it is what it sounds like. Cold calling, you're being called from the crowd
Knowing.
without any notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, coldly, without any
Yeah.
notice, without any indication that you're gonna be called that day, just kinda bam, you're sitting in class and then boom, "Hey, you
Yeah.
in the back,
Like
answer
the
this
movies.
question."
Like the movies.
Like the movies, exactly like that. Like, that is real life, and most professors still abide by the, ancient way of doing things, and so
Mhm.
we were a part of that our first year. So,
Yeah.
Hamase's, like, story had to do with cold calling, and so my little story about where I sit also has to kinda do with that.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so the one class that I did not get to sit in the back where I wanted to be was where I guess everyone in my mod had an idea about this one professor. We were taking constitutional law, and he's a very well-known
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
y
Yeah, everyone's heard about him.
I know, I did not. I did not hear about him
Well,
before
I
I
heard
took the
about him
class.
when I got
When you were
there.
the Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They knew that he was a super hard professor, and he was just super smart, and, like, he was definitely cold called everyone. And I was like,
Mhm.
"Okay, like, whatever, like, I feel fine about it?" But what I didn't know is that we had gotten to class maybe 5 minutes early, which to us is like, I mean, that's early. Everyone
Mhm.
else had gotten there maybe, like, 15 minutes early. And the
Oh,
people that were
wow.
traditionally in the front, like, the front row, the gunners of our mod, they were in the back. Why are
Oh
you
my
in the back
gosh.
when you should be in the front? You've been in the front for every single class, and now you're in the back, and so we were like, "What's going on?" And it was the strangest things. So to see the gunner people, like the and gunners is kinda basically the people that are, I don't even know how you explain a gunner, but basically the
Really,
tryhards,
the tryhards, yeah.
the pick-me's of the class, they're just in the front. So imagine the pick-me's of the class are in the back,
Yeah.
okay? And so there was no other seats but to be in the front. So I'm talking about the very first
Oh my
row in the
gosh.
very like, I could touch the
Oh, no.
podium with my
Oh,
finger,
no.
I was that close.
Okay, yeah.
I got cold calls in that class, and it
Like a
was,
lot?
no, one time, and one
Okay.
time was enough. Yeah,
Oh,
because
wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was, like, crazy the way I got called. So, he was, like, known for being like, "Okay, this person say this argument or argue for this judge." It was constitutional law, so we were reading, like, cases that happened that came out of the Supreme Court.
Right,
So,
already
he's
so
like,
hard.
"Okay, Judge Ginsburg said this, now argue against her, or argue against her classmate that just argued for Judge Ginsburg," or something. So you had to be like this may have been a class where whipping your head around would have been necessary because you need
Mhm.
to, like, keep up with the argument so that you can go back and forth with the classmate that just argued for, on one judge's side or whatever. To make a long story shorter than it felt, it was the Obamacare case. Other, students who took his class said that this case was, like, his favorite case, and he really, like, goes in on this particular case. So, I
Oh,
had taken so many notes. I can't even tell you, like, I took pages and charted it, my way that I chart things.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was color coordinated. Every judge,
Wow.
their concurrence, their everything, okay, was in the chart. So,
Okay.
I was like, "I'm ready." I sit in the class and we're going through class, la, 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 and at one point he just says, "You," because he didn't even care to
Not
learn anybody's
you.
name. And I was like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah, what's your name?" I said, "Bailey." He said, "Okay, well, what judge do you side with or something?" And I was going through my notes, okay?
And there was
Pages
nothing
of
there, huh?
notes. Nothing was coming to my brain.
Nothing.
No,
Yeah. No, that's how it is.
0 words
You black
were
out.
I it's
You
like,
black out.
what is I couldn't think of anything, and then somebody in, like, one of my classmates behind me was like, "Ginsburg, Ginsburg." So I was like, "Ginsburg?" And he was like, "Okay, why?" And I was like, "Hmm."
Oh my
Back to my
god.
notes where I was just
Yeah.
scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and my best friend was like, "Bailey, I saw you scrolling through those notes and nothing was clicking." Like, "Girl, you were just running through." And I'm like, I might as well had not even read the case because
Oh my
I
god.
didn't get anything. I thought
Oh
I
my
got everything, and when he called me like that, I didn't know anything, and then I just said,
What'd you
"I didn't form
do?
an opinion on that yet." And he
You
was like,
did? You said
"Oh, we'll
that?
form opinion right now." Mhm, that's what I said. Girl,
He
I could
challenged
not
you?
think.
Oh my
He challenged
gosh.
me hard, and then
Oh my
he was
gosh.
like, "Well, do you agree with her? Do you not?" And then I
You're like, "I don't
again,
even know what she said. I don't even
no,
know where
I
she
don't even
came from."
know what opinion she had, to be honest. I don't
Who
know
did
what
I say again?
right, who am I at this point? What's happening right now? Like, I was like
Where are we?
I was like, "I wanna leave," but it was so crazy because
No.
I couldn't even feel shame or,
Yeah.
like, shyness or embarrassment because I literally
Yeah, yeah,
I
you
couldn't even
black
feel
out.
anything. Yeah,
Oh
it was
my gosh.
so crazy.
You will be shocked. I have a very similar experience to you.
Really?
My crim professor was like, um, okay, did you ever hear about
Yes, yes, I heard of
okay,
her. I heard she was
that
hard.
she was like, she as a person, very cool, but as a
Mhm.
professor, like tough, mean, stern, like,
Really?
she was like, "You better get it," like, "You better
Oh
get
my
it
gosh, 'cause she
or
wrote
else."
those books that we read.
Yeah, we
Didn't she
read
write that book? Yeah.
yeah, she's written books that we had to read, and everyone knows about her. She's like a Harvard, Stanford professor, for some reason, came to USCI for, like, 1 semester.
Classic.
Anyways,
Mhm,
classic, yeah.
mhm.
So I got cold called and I answered the question. I actually answered the question. And then she was like,
Okay.
"Good." Moves on, keeps talking. And
Oh,
I
that's
was
good.
like, "What the fuck just happened?" And I literally raised my hand like, I'm blacked out. I was so
Oh.
scared as I was answering the question. I looked at my notes, I said something, I blacked out. I have
Mhm.
no idea what I said. So she's, like, continuing to talk and being like, "Yeah, so this," and I'm like I literally raised my hand, blacked out. I raised my hand, I said, "Professor, I'm so sorry, like, I actually don't know what I just said." And
Oh my gosh.
the whole class just starts
Did you?
cracking up. I swear
Did you
I
raise
did
your
that.
hand and say that?
I was so blacked
Oh
out. I was
my
like,
gosh.
"What are you" I was like, "What?" Because she started talking. I was like, "What are you talking about? What did I
Right,
just talk
right.
about?" Like,
I don't know what you're saying because I don't know what I just
I don't know
said.
what I just said, so
Oh my god.
I can't continue this conversation, so I just
Right.
interrupted her really quick and said, "I actually don't know what I don't understand what just came out of my mouth." And she's like,
Oh my
"Okay, well." It was
right.
so funny. Everyone started cracking up, obviously. Um,
Okay,
it was
good.
so bizarre. Honestly, like,
That was
the
so
pressure that you're
funny.
in and, like, you know, exactly how you said, like, you
Oh
just
my gosh.
Brain out
It's
the door, no idea, like, what just happened.
it's so crazy, like, it was and so many times, like, throughout law school, like, with or throughout the 1L year with that class, that group of people, we started getting more comfortable with each other, so we would help each other, or some people would just say straight up, "I didn't read today." So by the time I got to, like, that moment where I blanked out and I couldn't even think about anything, we had just become so comfortable with each other, like, as a mod. I think everyone had pulled their weight, like, throughout the first couple, like, weeks being called.
Yeah,
Everyone was nervous, everyone said some sort of answer,
yeah.
and we just started like, our pride got we had to leave the pride at the door, okay? Because
Seriously, no.
leave it at the door. It doesn't
It's
it
embarrassing.
can't it is embarrassing. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I don't even know what I don't it would be hard to even speak English, and it's like, I speak this language. Why
Mm.
is it hard to even
No, it's so
articulate?
true. We didn't talk about how much you have to read to prepare for that day in class. Like, you might have only 3 cases for this class, but you're spending 3 hours on those 3 cases, and then 3 cases for the next class, and the next class, and then it's so much information, and you're also trying to figure out, like, how am I gonna get through the sheer volume of what I need to get through
Yes,
today?
yes.
Like, how?
Like,
Also,
how am
what am I
like
supposed to know?
right, and
Yeah.
those first couple weeks, it feels just like you're a little bit drowning. You have so much to read. If you didn't think
Mhm.
like, if you don't like reading, this may not be the right
Mm.
move for you because there's so much reading, and each professor is like, "Yeah, read my 100 pages of stuff, and
I
my stuff
know.
is more important than the next professor." And you're like, "Wait, I have to do everything
Yeah.
all within, like, 2 days?" And for me, like, I'm still not, like, a super fast reader. So,
Mhm.
just like you said, getting through the sheer volume of stuff is just
It's a
you need
lot.
your coffee.
If you're starting out, like, it's so confusing. I don't think I knew what I needed to know about a case until the end of law school. Like, dead ass. Like, eye-racking didn't make sense to me yet, even after the first year.
Mhm. Yeah, I
D
feel like
Is
that's
that how
fair.
you felt, or did you, like,
I
get
think
it?
I think I kinda that I got the order, like, I love to, cause I work that way, like, I love to have, like, the different color highlighters where I would just highlight the issue, highlight the thing. The problem that I had
Mhm.
was, like, I could find all the points, but I wouldn't know how to use that information. My different professors wanted to know different things, like, sometimes they were just
Right.
like, "What's the issue?" And I'm like, "Oh, easily I can," I know
Mm.
what I highlighted, I know whatever. But then I had
Mhm.
other professors that were like, "Okay, what's the implication of this law and what does that mean?" And that's where I was like, "Whoa, like, I don't know the law that
Right.
much to tell you, what the
How it
effect of this is.
fits.
Like,
Right.
I can only tell you what the rule is. And
Right.
if
Yeah.
outside of the actual, like, verbatim text, I don't really know, you know?"
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
think you're just trying to, like, it's a lot of I don't knows. Like we said, oh my gosh,
Totally.
it's a lot of I don't knows at the beginning because you just don't know. And I think it's okay. Like you said, you kind of
Yeah.
are always learning throughout law school. And so the first couple weeks, you're for sure just taking in so much new information that, it's okay to feel like you're
Yeah.
drowning a little.
I was a question asker.
My hands stay down because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what am I asking a question about? I don't even know what's happening. But I
Mm.
prefer to like take it all in, then take it home, and then
Mm.
like try to figure. I just like to try to figure things out. Like even if I start a movie in the middle, I don't like to go back to the beginning. I like to just figure it out, you know.
Mm.
But
Interesting.
I love people who love to ask questions because those people help us not get called on because you guys have so much to say.
Well, see, I think that's why I did not get called on because
Mhm.
I think I spoke enough. Surprisingly, there were people that asked more questions than me and I was very restrained, but still I did raise I wasn't shy to ask a question, which bit
Yeah.
me in the butt a few once, actually just once. I remember I really pissed off this teacher, but he was an
Really?
asshole. He was an complete asshole. Yeah, we were learning about it was CivPro. We were learning about supplemental jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction, and I was like not understanding I was just not following the conversation. I mean, stuff listen, all this stuff is so hard. Like, I was just
Yeah.
not following.
Yeah.
I got the 2 mixed up, and so I kinda, like, raised my hand and asked, like, "I don't get what you're talking about because in the textbook right here," I was, like, I was pointing to the textbook, I was like, "Right here, it says exactly the opposite of what you're saying," and that really pissed him off.
Oh my
He, like,
gosh.
screamed at me in front
Oh
of
my
like, to
gosh.
when that happens and everyone's, like,
Yeah.
frozen? Like,
Yeah.
"What?" It was like that. It was so mortifying, and then,
It's
like,
crazy.
for some reason, 5 seconds later, he, like, re-screamed at me. I just remember it being
Oh,
terrifying, and I was like, "Whoa." Maybe I shoulda just shut up and listened, but I guess I just, like I was so innocent. I was, like, not
right.
trying to be disruptive, and then he, like, emailed me and it was like, "I need you to come to my office." I thought he was gonna apologize. I thought
Oh
he was
my
gonna
gosh.
apologize to me. No.
What did
You
he
know what he
want?
said? He said, "I'm worried
What?
about you." He said, "I'm worried about you." I go I went there for an apology, and, he said, "I'm worried about you." I was like, "Mm." I couldn't
Okay.
speak. He said, "I'm worried that you're not understanding, the subject matter." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not."
Right.
And he was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I'm worried you're gonna fall behind. I'm worried that this, and that." And I
What?
just sat there and, like, stared at him. And, like, this mind
Oh my
you,
gosh.
this was his response to screaming at me. Like, I'm telling you,
Right.
it was such a, like
It was like
it
a
was
shell
such a
shock to, like, the whole
scary
class.
moment for
Yeah.
everyone that it was like a thing that needed to be discussed
Right.
afterward. And so I thought he was calling me into his office to discuss how it went
Right.
down.
"I
Instead, he said
apologize for yelling at you like that. I lost my
yeah,
temper." Yeah.
exactly. Instead, he said, "You're dumb." He said, "You're dumb." That's basically what he said. And I
He
just,
said
like I was you know what? I just said to myself, "Just listen and say thank you and walk away," and that's what I did.
well, I can't even imagine being yeah, I can't even imagine being yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that happened to me one time in my life, and that teacher is still to this day like, that was my, like, 5th grade history teacher.
Stays with you.
Yeah, it stays with you. You're just kinda
Mhm.
like, "Oh my gosh, because 'cause we're pretty likable, I'd like to think, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't need to yell. It was the same thing, like, I was asking questions, and I wonder why, like I mean, this was, like, back in my I used to ask questions a lot when I was, like, younger,
Mhm.
um,
Maybe it was her,
and
she shut you
it
down.
was her, she shut me down, and I said, "Not
Never again.
anymore."
Oh my
Yeah, but she was
gosh.
like literally, she told me after class she pulled me after class as well,
No.
and she said to me, and I quote, "If you wanna play games with me, we can play." I was like, "Oh."
No,
I was
she
like, "Wait."
did
Oh,
not.
straight like that. I was
So
like, must have
you
been
were in
10.
5th grade?
Yeah, I must have been, like, 10. And,
That's
oh, did she
so
play
sad of
games
her.
all year. Yeah, she was nasty, nasty. Like, she would call on like, we would do, like, we'd be in like, in a circle and pass little ball or something and say something or whatever it had to do with the class, I can't remember, and she would literally walk and grab the ball and skip me and give it to the next person. Like,
What?
everybody knew, like, she did not like me.
An adult to a 5th grader is wild. An
But
adult
an
to another
adult to an
adult
adult?
that's wild. Like, "What,
It's
sir?"
and then you wanna call me in and say, like, "Yeah, it's not because I apologize, it's not because I was wrong, it's just because
Oh my gosh,
you're
you're
dumb."
dumb. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, what?
What?
Classrooms are learning environments, like, it's supposed to be a place where you feel safe enough to have the conversation and ask the questions. Yeah, don't go overboard, definitely, but, like, it should be a safe place to figure it out, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and I just yeah, I felt like I was punished for trying to figure it out. That's what we mean when we say 1L is such a roller coaster because you'll have moments like that, and then you'll have moments where, you're, like, meeting your new best friend forever, like, there's just so much newness happening, and so, yeah, it's just a roller coaster. Do your
Yeah.
best and stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah, like we spoke about our mod, I feel like each mod had its own personality. These were our first friends. We didn't really, interact with the other mods until later, I feel like in 1L. So
Mhm.
our school had 3 mods, like the 1L year. or our 1L year, it was Mod A, Mod B, and Mod C.
Mhm.
I was Mod B, which stands for the best mod. I'm just kidding.
That's so funny. Okay, I was mod A, which is the first letter of the alphabet.
Right,
So
right, but first is the worst, second is the best. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm
that's
just
so
kidding. It's so
funny.
funny, like, we
So
ride
funny.
hard for our mods, you
We
guys,
really
because
do.
yeah, we became friends because we had to do what was crazy and interact with other mods, but outside of that, our mod was our best friend. Okay, so Mod B, just to give you guys an idea of the personality, like, we were just chill and cool. Everybody was a friend to all. Like, even our professors, thank God. I mean, your situation was crazy. We honestly, all of our professors, like, loved us, and they all
Mhm.
said that we were the best class that they've ever seen. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
And they were just like, "You guys are so unique. You guys have something special." I think it's because we worked well together. We were always like, you could sit next to anybody and be
Yeah,
comfortable because we were
yeah.
all just so close.
Kind of the same, like, I felt so comfortable with everyone. It was definitely like we all let our personalities shine through. We were not scared of expressing ourselves. We were like I think okay, we think we were known as, like, the smartest and most social.
That is so
Maybe the
funny.
outside perspective has a different idea, but I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
with our thoughts, like, I think we were
Okay.
really, like, super, super, smart. I mean, everyone was smart, but I'm trying to I don't know even how to say it, like, we were just like, "Wow, we're so gifted," and then we were also, like, extremely social, like, our mod was I'm just gonna say it was the party mod. I loved being in mod A. I felt like I was with my people.
We had a strong opinion about Mod A because you guys were just how to put this nicely? No, I'm just kidding. You guys were just like the definition of pick me.
Oh
Like
my god.
you guys just came off so I like a lot of you guys as individuals. I have no problem with you
Mhm.
guys, but as a mod,
As a
you guys
group,
were just a little bit yeah, like I think you guys thought it was obvious that you guys thought you were like the
the shit. No, when I say the narrative was, "Oh, they picked us for a reason," that's really what
mhm.
yeah. They picked us
No,
for a
that's how
reason.
you no, that's how you guys walked around. Because I have a distinct memory when we were in class, mod beers. Now we're smart, but we're that kind of smart where you're just like, you don't see us coming, like we're not
Mhm.
loud with it. We're just low key.
Mhm,
Mod A,
mhm.
you guys are loud about it. You guys were like
We're
super loud
loud.
about yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are loud about it.
We're, like, strong personalities for sure.
Yes, yes. I think you guys had a lot of strong personalities. And this particular moment, 1L year, I think we were in like Civ Pro or something, and our class ended. And before our teacher even finished, I promise you, finished the word like, you guys are dismissed for the day. You guys were like, it's 1:30 on the dot. Like, we're entering the classroom. And I think I remember at one point, our professor was like, we're not done. Like, he's finishing his words. He has to dismiss us before you guys can come in the class.
No way,
But there
but
was
there's no way that was me. I
no,
wasn't
I
there.
remember no, you may not have been there. I don't know, but
Okay.
it felt like the one classroom that was what is it?
Like, right next to the student lounge area?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
okay.
and there's 2 doors, like the one
Yeah,
in the front and the one in the back. So, you
yeah.
guys would just infiltrate the whole classroom. I remember one time you guys were, like, coming into our row while we were trying to get out and back up and grab our backpacks and stuff. Like, you
Oh my
can't I
gosh.
mean, common sense says you can't sit where I'm currently seated, but not but not my
People
Ayers.
are, like,
They are
standing
trying to
over
sit on
you.
top of me. Yes, like, I'm like, "I get it, this is your seat, but I have to get up, you
Yeah.
guys." Like,
No,
everyone's pissed at you guys. You guys are
no.
doing way too much. Like, it was
That's so
killing
funny.
me.
But you know what's funny is, like, I knew nothing, and I say nothing about Mod B and Mod C. Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You
It
guys
didn't
were
matter.
so yeah. Mhm. To go back there now, it's so funny because I didn't really know you then,
Yeah.
but I wonder what part you played. I wonder if I had, like, passed you and I was like,
I definitely wasn't a kick you out of the seat, like, that's so not me. That's so not
but
me.
we appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I because I run on PST, like, I'm late, I'm late. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm coming in,
yeah.
like, right when it's starting, so I know that. I think I was so, like, la-di-da-di-da, like, in my own world, I probably didn't even I don't know.
Realize.
No, no, I don't think so, and I was so just, like, happy to be with my friends that I
Yeah.
was just I don't know, I didn't see anyone, I didn't care, I just wanted to, like, hang with my friends, you know?
Yeah, you
Um,
become friends so quick because you guys are just, like, bonding in every moment.
question for you, did
Yeah.
anyone in your mod drop out of law school?
Um, a lot of people in our mod or transferred.
Oh, really?
They didn't drop out, they transferred, but nobody I don't well, if they dropped out no, no one dropped out. We were like, I would have known if someone left.
Yeah. I think we had yeah, I think we had people drop out and then, like, a few people transfer later, like,
Mhm.
after the 1st year. Like
Mm.
3 people or something, but a few people dropped out, but I was proud of them for dropping out because, it's I always thought, like, it's a good thing that they dropped out now and didn't do the whole thing and then realized, "Oh, shit, I don't wanna be doing
Yeah.
this," and
Mhm.
just were true to themselves and said, "This is not for me, I'm gonna, like, move on and try something else." Like, I thought it was really admirable because it's not it's so scary to, like, make that decision.
Yeah, no, it is. It's kinda like you didn't do all of this, but you thought you were going this way, you're just kinda
Mhm.
changing your path. Were you friends with those people, or did you talk with them about, like and when
Yeah,
they were, like,
no,
deciding whether or not to drop
I
out?
was really, really close with the 2 of the 3 people I can think of. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, it was really just we were in it, and I thought nothing of it, and then I think with both people, it was kinda like there was this point where they told me, like, "This is just not for me, like, I didn't come into this for the right reason," or, "I just don't feel like I'm doing this for myself." I think for yeah, for one of them in particular, I remember it being about, "I came here because this was the expectation from my family, and I'm
mm,
not gonna be entertaining that anymore. Like, I'm gonna do
oh,
me for me." So that
mhm.
was that's Mhm.
Yeah, one of those, like, in the movies, when you say, "This is not my dream, it's yours." That kinda
Exactly.
moment. Mhm.
Super admirable, in my opinion. It's
Yeah.
like, especially at an age, like, you're still I mean, we were both young, and these people that I'm thinking of, they were, like, either fresh out of undergrad or, like, just a few years out. So, it's scary at that point to, like, do all the things to get into law school, start law school, like, get to know everyone, and then be like, okay, I'm making the decision to drop out. That's bold, but if that's what okay, now I want to speak to the audience. Let's say there's anyone else listening that feel like in my gut, I know that this is not what I want to be doing. It's listen to your gut because it is your life. And it doesn't get any easier when you graduate and get into practicing. It only gets harder. So if you're not enjoying it, then maybe it's worth listening to that, and
Yeah,
don't be
but
ashamed of it.
yeah, but what would you say because I feel like it's kinda hard to like, especially first couple weeks, first, like, semester of law school, you're really in the weeds, So, like, what would you say or, like, how would you tell people, like, how to know when they should drop out versus when they should keep going? Like, it's hard, but
Mm,
keep going versus it's hard, it's not for
yeah.
me.
No,
Mhm.
that's a really good question. I think that it's a combination of give it a little bit of time, like, don't even if it's not feeling right in the beginning, maybe give it a semester. I think pass through a semester.
Yeah.
And then I think that eventually I would imagine that it gets to a point where you can kind of tell, like, this is hard, but worth doing versus this is hard and in my gut, I don't feel right about it. I feel like when
Yeah.
you get to that point where you see the difference, it's almost like when water and oil mix, it's, like, so
Mhm.
clear that when you get to that point, that's when to start listening to your intuition. But you're right, like, in the beginning, it's so hard. Don't drop out just because it's hard, 'cause,
Right.
that's not a good reason. It's hard for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, like, by the time you go to law school, like I said, you've done, you know, whatever, pre-K, elementary, middle, high school, college. At that point, like, you should kind of know a little bit about yourself in that, like, obviously, you've gone through hard things. Like, at that point, you've been alive, for that long. You've gone through at least, like, one, if not multiple, hard situations in life just because life is not always easy. And I
Mhm.
think your even in, like, sports or whatever you may have done, like, you kinda can maybe tell, like, when something's hard and you don't wanna do it, but you know you can,
Mhm.
you can push through versus, "This is just, like, not for me."
Mhm.
Like, not that it's hard, but it's, like, even more than hard, it's just something that doesn't really align with what I want or what my
Right.
dreams are or what I
Yeah.
envisioned, and because for
Yeah.
sure, I think law school is different than what I envisioned, but still, I think I knew, like, at the end what I wanted to do and the people that I wanted to serve, and so I kept going, despite it
Yeah.
being hard,
It was
but I
worth it.
think
Yeah.
yeah, I think you have to know yourself, I always tell people, like, you have to know yourself when you go into law school, any professional graduate program, like, because you just need to have that, like, guide, like, to keep you kinda grounded, when things get
Mhm.
hard.
Yeah, and I guess on
Yeah,
the opposite side of the same coin, I remember now that we're talking about it, when it was getting really hard, I just kept telling myself, like, keep your long-term goal in mind. Like, don't forget why you're here. Don't get, like, so caught up in the pain of the immediate moment to, like, forget why you came here and how excited you were to be here. I think that
yeah,
really also kept me, like, going, is knowing that, like, I did choose this for a reason. Even though last episode, like, I made it sound like it was just, like, I'm just doing it, which it was, but no, like, I did think about it before I went in, and I knew when I was going in, like, "Oh, this is actually right for me." So don't
yeah.
lose sight of, like, your long-term goal.
Yeah, I think that's true, and then I think I would when it got hard for me, I would remember or, like, kind of just remember, like, when I first got into law school and how I felt, and I was so, like, emotional and so just, like, thankful, to God for, like, me being able to get in. I was like, "This is crazy." The first law school I got into was in California, and I was applying from Louisiana, so I felt like, "Oh my gosh, like, am I gonna be moving?" Like, all these new exciting things, and I kinda remembered that feeling, and I was like, "I'm living in, like, an answered prayer right now. Like, I'm living in a moment that I
Mhm.
always wanted to have, and so I don't wanna just sometimes it's so easy to, like, think about your future that you're kind of forgetting where you came from, and it's like, I'm wanna be
Right.
present, in this moment, and so I'm like, "This is a moment that I wanted. This is a moment that I was so excited to be in, and so let me just keep going." Maybe this is it's not all great, but that silver lining, I think keeps you going too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's what I would say.
I think this is a good place to end for today. If you guys have questions for us as you're starting out your semester, please feel free to let us know. We'd love to answer.
We'll touch more on 1 year and different things to look out for as we move forward through this season. That's a wrap for now.
It's a wrap for now. Good luck out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.